I thought Kyle's day was good, with the exception of the two takeaways. He's got to do a little bit better with the ball. And the interception, he misread the coverage. Initially it looked like they were in man, and they ended up in zone. So he got fooled on that a little bit. Got to give them credit for what they did in terms of disguising. Thought, and then the fumble. Hey, the guy's trying to escape and make a play. He's got to protect the ball a little bit better. But I thought he had a very productive day. He moved us when we had to get moved. He threw touchdown passes when we needed scores. And unfortunately, we came out on the short end, and that's disappointing, because I really thought we had a chance to win this game. We played to win at the end. I went for 2 because I believe it's the only way you learn to win is you play to win.
Coach, Scott Abraham, ABC7. Obviously, you're trying to win a football game. You go for 2 at the end of the game. Was there a bigger picture in mind when you went for 2 there? What kind of message were you trying to send to your team there, big picture wise?
Well, I told him in the locker room. I said, guys, I play to win, and I told you guys that's part of my philosophy. The only way to learn to win is play to win, and that's what I want those guys to understand. That's the mentality. I mean, some of those fourth downs, I went for it because I believe that's again, the mentality has to be, we have to do certain things to win football games. And, if taking a little bit of a gamble is part of it, then that's what I'm doing.
Hey, Ron, did you consider at all not going for it on that play, or on that touchdown, on the 2 points, or was it solid? I'm going to go for it.
I'm going for it. I'm going for it because, again, guys, as I said, the intent is to learn how to win football games.
Hey, Ron, what was the play call there, or just what did you kind of want to happen on the game? To play Wisconsin.
Well, what it was an opportunity, that the play call called for a couple of things. And that is, if he had a certain read, he would work a certain side. If he had a pressure, he had a hot. So we tried to cover, Scott tried to cover the basics of what they could potentially do. And that was zone or man or a pressure. And again, he made the call. If he had a little bit more time, he had, I didn't see who it was, but he had somebody at the back of the end zone that he could have tried to fire it to. But unfortunately, as he started to roll out, he got a little bit of pressure.
Hey, Ron, were guys on the sideline asking you in that situation, were they asking to go for it as well?
I think the players wanted to go for it, but again, it was my decision. And like I said, I'm going to go for it. When you're on the road, I believe, overtime favors the home team. But, when you're on the road, my mentality is that if you're down there, you need 2 yards, you got to go for it.
You had brought in DeShazer Everett this week and kind of said you wanted more out of the linebackers. Did you get what you were looking for defensively?
Well, I thought we got a pretty good game out of DeShazer. I got to take an opportunity to watch that on tape. As far as linebackers were concerned, I thought we had some good things. There were some other things that we got to take a look at. And really this game came down to the 2 takeaways. We turned the ball over twice, and you can't do that and expect to win it unless you take the ball back, and we didn't take the ball back.
Hey, Ron, you mentioned the fourth down earlier in the game, or the 2 fourth downs, and I'm curious just your thought process on not taking the ball on the punt down at the 1, then going for it on 4th and 4 after that penalty. Can you just take us through what you were thinking and how you kind of thought that process out?
I looked at the opportunity for us to go for a first down that would give us an opportunity to get a touchdown. I mean, that was all my thought process was. I thought we were in position. I thought we were capable of moving the ball, and I just felt that we had to score a touchdown to put ourselves in position, I think, to be competitive in the second half.
Ron, did Kyle Allen show enough to you to retain the starting job for next week?
Yeah, I would like to believe so. I mean, his statistics are pretty darn good. He was 31 of 42 for 280 yards. Unfortunately, he did have the interception and the fumble, but we totaled 337 total yards. That gives us an opportunity, I think, if we're scoring points to be competitive in a game, and I think we got what we wanted out of it in terms of being competitive.
Hey, Ron, you talked about contending for the NFC East title a couple of weeks ago. Regardless of the other results in the division, has back-to-back losses altered your opinion?
No, it hasn't. Again, because it's about what happens in the division. Right now, We're 1-5. They're 1-5. We got to see what happens to Philadelphia and what happens to Dallas, and then we play Dallas next week. So it hasn't changed my opinion. I still feel the same way, and we'll see what happens. That's why we're playing these games.
Ron,
Ron,
on the
Kimball has had obviously a pretty good streak right now, these 3 games with 4 interceptions and half the team's turnovers. Can you just discuss a little bit about what kind of juice he gives the defense? And I saw him playing a little free safety. Can you just talk about moving him around a bit?
Yes, he's a very headsy player. He's a guy that, with his skill set, we've got to be able to put him in position where he can make plays. And so what you saw, Ree, was an opportunity for us to bring in an extra DB, take a linebacker out. So we had an extra DB for coverage, and then put probably our best guy who plays with vision back at the safety position in Kendall, and obviously it paid off for us. I believe in the touchdown at the back of the end zone. I believe we were in a specific defense that put him at free safety.
Ron, on the 2-point conversion, I know you maybe haven't seen the film yet. Did you think Kyle maybe had a little bit of room to scramble or try to get to the pylon there after the initial break?
Yes, and again, we got to take a look at it. The one thing he's got to think about is that once you commit, you got to commit one way or the other. You either commit to the throw or commit to the run, because now everything else has to unfold, and then you can go from there. And that's one thing I think that I know Scott's going to talk to him about. I know Kenny will talk to him about it. But once you break contain, to me, you have to commit one way or the other.
Ron, when you make that decision in this situation and it doesn't work, is that going to eat at you, or are you content so much because of what you're trying to establish long term?
Well, it'll eat at me because we lost. I mean, I want to win. I mean, at the end of the day, that's why. I mean, I like I said, I'm playing to win. I'm trying to get our players to understand that this is how we're going to do things. We're going to do things to the max. We're going to play to win football games. Yeah, it's going to bug me because we lost, and it really does. It pisses me off. I mean, I want to win football games. I don't care. This is my first year. I don't care that we got a group of young guys that have to learn. We're trying to teach them. We're going to teach them, and they're going to learn how to win. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
Ron, does the fact that you guys are only a game out of first place, did that pay anything into your decision to go for the 2-point conversion? Or No, because again, you never know. Okay, let's say we kick the extra point. Okay, so now we're tied. Now they toss the coin, they get the ball, and they drive down, score a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Or they could, that we could get the ball, drive down, score a touchdown, or it could go the other way. You don't know. You will never be able to tell me what's going to happen. So as far as I'm concerned, when you're on the road, our attitude is we're going to play to win. Especially when there's that little time left. When there's half a minute left to go in the game, to me, why not take that opportunity? Because you may never get back down there.
Going back to the 4th down sequence before halftime, you guys had pinned them on the 1, which was very good field position. What was it that led you to give your offense that chance?
Because I thought we could, I thought because we had moved the ball pretty well, and we didn't have enough to show for it. So I thought again that we could get the first down. I wanted to get the first down because I wanted to put points up on the board before half. There's a statistic that says if you score before the half, you increase your chances to win, and that's part of the attitude. And again, that's what we're looking to do.
One of the matchups to watch enter the game was your pass rush against their offensive line that had given up a lot of pressures. How did you think that matchup played out today?
Say that one more time.
Going into the game, your pass rush against their offensive line was sort of a key to the game for a lot of people. How did you think that matchup played out?
Well, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought our guys worked hard. I thought we had an opportunity at times to move the ball around. They moved some of their guys around to create different situations, circumstances. They brought pressure a couple times at the right time, and that was tough. So again, I thought it was fair. I thought it was equal. I thought our guys played hard.
Ron, is there anything that you say to Kyle Allen or do maybe Scott, like on some of those sacks? You mentioned the turnovers being something that eats at you, but what about, but in regards to some of the sacks that he took, do you guys say something to him about, hey, you can't take it in certain situations that he had this game?
Oh yeah, most certainly. I mean, the you want him to get rid of the ball, but at the same time, you also want him to protect the football, and that's part of what he has to understand. I mean,
he's done this in the past where he's fumbled it a couple of times. And again, certain situations they hurt. This one hurt because obviously it led to points. In fact, both turnovers led to points, and that's a tough pill to swallow.
Last one.
Hey, Ron, with Kyle, because he throws the interception, he responds well. He fumbles, he responds well. So how do you kind of factor all that in? And when you look at his game, that ability to respond, but also making those mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, he had a chance. I mean, he put 19 points on the board. Could have been 20 if we kicked the extra point, but he did what we needed to do, and that was he moved the ball when we had to. He put us in the end zone when we had to have it. And he did a lot of positive things. Like I said, and again, going for 2 and not converting, that's on me. That's my decision. And, I'll stick with it, like I said, because I really do believe that you play to win when you're on the road, as opposed to when you're at home, you take a different approach.